I wanted to talk about how not to follow up, because I've been getting so much follow-up from other people following up with me right now, and they're just doing a horrible job. And so I wanted to share with you. Now, this is going to be aimed today at those who are in sales, especially those who are in network marketing. And but it applies to any industry. It applies to any industry because we're going to talk about the importance of following up the right way with people, and towards that end, I want to spend most of the time talking about how not to follow up, because I've had so many people follow up with me just in the last week in a way that you should not follow up. Okay, so are you guys ready for that? Hopefully. I can't see the screen, sorry, I gotta pay attention to my driving. So here is how not to follow up. First of all, I'm not a fan of, and it's horribly ineffective, if you send somebody a pitch or a link, even if it's just an informational link, it doesn't even have to be a sales page. Do not send people pitches or links that they did not ask for. Don't do it. I have people connect with me on LinkedIn all the time, and their first time connection message is, hey, how you doing? And they give me something complimentary, something kind, but then they jump right into either giving me a link, offering me information, and they don't even know me. They haven't even taken time to know who I am, what my goals are, what my aims are, what my vision for my business or my life is, and it's horribly annoying, and I don't respond to those folks. And I highly doubt that any of you do when you get those kind of pitches as well. So that's the first thing. Now, assuming you've already made a first contact with somebody, unless they have asked for it, are you listening? Unless they have asked you for it, do not send them a link. Do not send them your pitch. Sales is a process, and closing that transaction is a process. And to get the right kinds of clients, now you might have 1 out of 100 that you could send them a link or you could send them a pitch and they might respond in the affirmative and purchase what you're offering. Maybe. But you'll have a lot better closing ratios, and you'll be able to keep your customers if you take time and build a real relationship and get to know those people. And that's the other thing. Do you really want to sell people something that they're not after, that doesn't meet their needs, that doesn't fit their goals and their vision for themselves? I don't want to, because that's not going to be a long-lasting customer. That's going to be a dissatisfied customer. Why would I want to do that? So, in order to make sure that I'm bringing on the right customers, and in order to make sure that I'm bringing on, the right business members, assuming I'm looking for affiliate marketers, or I'm building a networking business, or I'm looking for more agents in my office, or, I'm doing some sort of recruiting, in order to ensure I'm bringing on the right people as both customers or team members, I want to make sure I take time to build that relationship and go through the entire process of figuring out who they are, what they're looking for, and providing solutions to their actual needs. I can't do that when I'm sending people links and pitches on my first and second follow-ups. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And the person that does respond to those, I don't want that person anyway. That's someone that's acting on impulse, that's acting on emotion. That gives me no reassurance towards their long-term commitment as either a customer or as a business team member. I don't know why I would want to do that. So it's horribly, horribly annoying when folks send a pitch or a link on the first or second follow-up. Don't do it. Don't do it. That is exactly how not to follow up with people. And yet, I would say 90 to 95% of the folks that I make contact with on LinkedIn, that's how they're attempting to do business. And yes, to an extent, this is a numbers game when we're in sales, when we're in marketing, when you're growing your business. Yes, it's a numbers game, but I wouldn't adapt the philosophy of some will, some won't, so what, who's next. I would not adopt that philosophy. Just not an effective way to get the biggest bang for your marketing buck. And I'm not necessarily talking about spending money on your marketing. I'm just saying for the time and the effort that you invest, you're not going to see a strong return when you're not following up with people properly. So hopefully that helps you guys out. And, we could do a different Periscope on a different day about how to follow up. But if you can just avoid the how not to, then right there you've won like 90% of the battle. and you set yourself apart from 90 to 95% of the crowd. I'll just give you an example. I texted a future customer earlier today in my health business, which is a networking business. I texted a future customer, and I say future customer because I've been talking with her for 8 to 10 months, and we've developed a friendship, and she's been telling me, I'm really close to purchasing the products that you have to offer. Awesome. So when I texted her this morning, I didn't say, hey, have you been thinking about making that purchase? That's not how I went about it. I just texted, touched base, had a casual conversation, and you know what's funny? She brought up to me, hey, you know what? I'm going to be getting a hold of you within the next week to make that purchase. I'm done talking about it, and I'm getting ready to take action. Awesome. Awesome. You can do that. You know, it's been said, what you pursue eludes you. And I would argue that in some instances, it is appropriate to pursue, but in the instance of marketing and in the instance of closing sales, what you pursue generally eludes you. Whereas when you seek to attract, it is much, much more effective. So hopefully you guys found that helpful today.